Welcome on in, everybody, to Mimic Loaf. Tonight we are going to be continuing our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. We are session number 8, so welcome on in. Before we get started, I don't believe there's any announcements as far as I'm aware, so we'll get into sponsors. Thank you first of all to our longtime sponsor, Stabby Joe & Co. Creators of some really cool designs on shirts, on notepads, stickers, all that kind of stuff. If you head over to the website, links are in the channel. Head over there and use code MIMIC5 at checkout and you get 5% off. Our second sponsor is W.GG, creators of some jitterless energy blends. If you head over there and use code MIMICLOAF at checkout, you get 10% off. As far as recap goes, I believe last session you guys arrived at Bryn Shander. As you guys were coming into Bryn Shander, you could see it off in the distance, and a caravan was heading into town. You later found out that that caravan was for Torg's trading company, one of the reasons why you guys came to this area in the first place. You guys headed into town and had a look around. Went straight into the town, the town central part of the town, and found Black Iron Blades, which was a blacksmith. You met two of the people at the Black Iron Blades, one of which was Germ?
Someone the Hammer.
Garm.
And I asked if it was Garm the Hammer, and I asked if it was a family name, and it turns out it was a nickname that he had given himself.
Yeah.
Like a fucking loser.
Yeah. Garm the Hammer and his sister Elza. You guys conversed there for a bit. After that, you guys headed to the North Look, which is one of the more popular, what would you call it? Taverns/inns of the area, to which you guys kind of spread out a little bit, relaxed a little bit, had a few drinks, and met some new people. I believe I've forgotten your name, Barrius. Yeah, sorry. It's been a week. It's been 2 weeks. Leave me alone.
Literally, one of our characters is Bartleby the Forgettable.
Yeah, and I never forget that
my
one.
name, not his.
More memorable.
It makes it more memorable. You're talking about my girlfriend.
Yeah. You met a woman that you guys shared a very awkward, almost half first date.
You say awkward.
I forgot about
we
that.
say passionate.
Yeah, sure. You guys shared notes and looked at each other's books. All the meantime,
much more romantic than that. I don't
Bartleby,
think much more romantic than that.
Bartleby went and talked to the local crackpot, who informed him of a few things happening around the place. And Thalion went and met Scrimshax, I believe his name was. Scramsax. Sorry.
Yeah.
Scrimjaw. Shramshri or something. No, Scramsax. The owner of the North Look. You guys conversed for a little bit. And yeah. Got a room for the night, I believe. And headed... You were about to head back into town when you were stopped by 3 shorter figures, probably dwarfs, who were seeking people to help them find a wagon that had been stolen after a Yeti attacked their convoy. You guys headed off into the snow in the direction, came across a whole bunch of goblins pulling a small little cart towards a large cart that had 2 polar bears attached to it. After a little bit of battle, you guys managed to kill all of the goblins, freed both of the polar bears, and I believe a couple of you kept a couple of the iron ingots that were on the wagon. So just for Tricking's thing, knowledge. So it's this large wagon that was pulled by 2 polar bears. Upon relieving it from the goblins, and then searching its contents, you found what looked to be about 300 iron ingots, all wrapped in thick burlap and tightly secured to the sled with leather straps. Do you guys want to tell him how many you guys took?
How much do they weigh again?
They weigh 2 pounds each, and are stamped with a foaming mug symbol.
I think I grabbed 10.
Yeah.
I have 3.
I can't remember. I don't think I grabbed any. I don't remember grabbing any.
I don't
you
think
may
you
not
did
have
because you
grabbed
were
any.
scared that we'd get in trouble.
Oh. Why don't we
From
just
memory.
bring... Oh.
We're taking the
well-
whole thing back, so we're gonna have to come up with a lie as to why some's missing if they ask.
That's all there was.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We were stealing some, not... Yep, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't take it. Also, liberating the iron, yeah.
Cool.
Could I retroactively take 2? Because
Yes.
tricking definitely would have taken something that was valuable.
100%. Yep. Yeah, so you can add 2 iron ingots to your inventory. Yeah, cool. So that's 10, 3 plus 2 is 15 total. And that's, I guess, where we'll start tonight's session. So as you guys kind of sit in the snow around this large wagon, having freed the polar bears, it now sits clumped in the snow. It is slightly snowing, so this little bit of snowfall has come and is picking up a little bit. What did you guys want to do?
Drag the cart back, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And by drag the car back, I mean watch other people drag the car back because I'm not strong enough.
Fair enough. Who wants to try and drag the cart?
I was assuming that it would be me and Thalion.
Cool. Give me acrobatics checks. No, sorry, athletics checks. Acrobatics checks.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 and...
One moment, please. 17.
17. Cool. You guys begin to try and pull this cart in the snow. Can I get your strength scores, just out of curiosity?
17.
17. 10. Okay, I have a feeling it is way too heavy for you to pull.
On snow, surely it'll get moving.
I'm just going to quickly look it up. Talks amongst yourselves.
Maybe we shouldn't have let the polar bears leave. Maybe we should have asked them for help.
I was planning on it until they ran away.
What were your things again? 10 and 17? 17, okay. No, so you can actually, you do actually manage to pull it.
The whole point of the sled is that it makes it so you can pull heavy loads with minimal effort.
Yeah, but you're also forgetting that these are 2 pounds each, and there is currently 200 and 285.
And 2 goblins pulled it.
No,
Sure
2 polar bears were pulling it.
No, they were pulling it towards the big caravan when we got there, and there was only 2 of them.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yep. Cool. My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
I'm
what
stronger
the
than a
fuck?
fucking
I
goblin.
was like, if 2 goblins can do it, I'm sure a normal man and a big jacked half elf can fucking pull this sled.
I mean, I
Yeah,
sat there and
100%.
turned 2 goblins into 4 half goblins. I mean,
Half goblins. Yeah, cool. So you guys begin to like lug it through the snow. Thalion, you are doing more than your fair share of the heavy lifting. Even with that
standard.
athletics score, you're still pulling more than half the weight yourself. Yes, tricking.
I would like to be on top of the caravan with my bow drawn, just
You
like
fuck.
You get the hell off this caravan.
small cat dude, bro. I'm not gonna weigh that much.
You walk ahead of the caravan.
I'm providing Overwatch.
Yeah, what's the difference between like 1 ton and 1.1 ton?
He's saying he's 100 kilos.
Yeah, he's a fat shit.
Half field, my dude.
How much does cooking weigh?
That's a good question.
Surely it'd be like 50 kilos max.
If that, dude. Cats are light as shit.
Yeah, but you're like a human-sized cat, right?
You're a man cat.
Like a halfling-sized cat, I think.
Probably. That's what I would assume.
Let's all just spend the next hour debating the.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Right, like,
it's not gonna add much weight, tricking you kind of like lumber up and jump up there, and keeping your eye on the horizon. I'll get you to do a perception check if possible.
Oh, that's not one.
Nat 1, cool. Yeah, watching out, you kind of watching the
You have to mute
horizon.
yourself.
Sorry.
Watching the horizon, you kind of keep your eye on the path ahead, the path that you guys traveled down. You begin veering off to one side, away from the path. And you
Can I
kind
do
of like,
the parent thing that you do when your kids push in the shopping cart and like steer the front end of it?
sure.
Like I'm still kind of like dragging, but I'm shoving or pulling.
Yeah, cool, 100%. Yeah, you kind of like steer it back in the right direction into the spot. What you in all of like the snow and the darkened sky, what you don't see coming is a large blizzard that after probably about an hour's worth of travel begins to come up, and the rest of you do notice it. As it begins to get closer and closer. It is probably another 6 hours worth of travel unhindered. So up to you guys whether or not you want to brave it through the blizzard or
Post up with the
post up with
Or-
the...
How much further, sorry, do we have to go before we get back to the town?
It's about 6 hours worth of trek, which also puts
Through
you in through the blizzard, which also puts you in what do you call it? Exhaustion levels.
I reckon we just post up like we did last time.
Yeah.
I think we can do that.
We've already got half a shelter now.
Put the whichever way the blizzard is blowing, I'm gonna put the ingots between the blizzard and
Smart.
Cool. Yeah, so as you guys kind of keep moving, the blizzard begins to massively buffet you. Why is that so far away? There we go. That's better. Yeah, the blizzard begins to like completely buffet you, kind of swaying to and fro. I need a group survival check, please. Four.
Evan?
That's annoying.
11.
I have
Cool.
advantage and I rolled 2 4s. So N.
Luckily, when the blizzard begins to like roll over, you guys kind of hunker down against the cart and you just kind of stop moving for a little bit. Are you guys just waiting for the blizzard to blow over? Or what are you doing?
I reckon
casting
yes.
bonfires between my legs to keep my balls warm.
Cool. So
I'm trying to have a little nap while this is going.
Cool. You can definitely have a short rest. The blizzard essentially takes like it buffets you, blowing snow left, right, up, down, kind of creating this very frozen feel to the current area. Luckily, thanks to the bonfires, you do get some sort of heat, and it's not like to the point where it's dangerous levels of cold. It does take 4 hours for the blizzard to roll over, though. So you guys do, by the end of it, the wagon is covered in snow. You guys are covered in snow, cold, a little bit wet. What do you guys want to do? Keep moving? You've still got about, six or five or 6 hours left of travel.
Would that put us into exhaustion now that we've taken a break?
It would, yeah. It still would.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just push on and then we can take a rest at the tavern.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. You guys continue heading through the thick snow. Can somebody just give me just one person, whoever's leading the way, a survival check, please?
I assume that would be me.
Yes, because you have advantage with survival.
That's substantially better. That's 18.
Cool. Luckily, thanks to Bartleby, you kind of know the direction. Thanks to him knowing kind of whereabouts towns are and small little things to keep his track on the right spot. Eventually, you guys do rock up to the outskirts of Bryn Shander. So you guys enter back in through that northern gate. So this one here, kind of having skirted around that way to that northern gate. As you approach the gatekeepers kind of stop you for a second, obviously ask you again what you're doing, and easily let you guys in. The city itself is almost in full swing of its day. Multiple people going to and fro, doing their daily chores, their daily rituals, etc. What do you guys want to do?
Gotta find old mate to give back this fucking cart full of
Yeah,
shit.
get rid of this iron as soon as possible.
Cool. So heading back to the North Look, where you were first given the job. You guys head into the North Look. That warmth of the North Look from the hearth itself gives you like this very warm change as you guys step into the bar. It is somewhat lively-ish, and yeah, there's quite a few people around. I'll get a perception check for anybody looking for the 3 dwarves.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Cool. You do notice them off in the back of the bar, currently like sitting at a table. One of them's like tapping their foot, almost not impatiently, but like anxiously.
Nervous tick.
Yeah.
I will tap on Thalion's shoulder and be like, they're over there.
Okay. I'm gonna head over to the dwarves.
Cool. You head over to the dwarf.
But before I do that, I'm gonna grab 1 extra ingot from the cart.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna carry it inside with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to dwarf's table and just.
Cool. You just like lob it onto the table.
Not lob it, but I
peg it at the dwarf's head.
I just drop it onto the middle of the table.
Yeah, cool. You drop it onto the middle of the table with like a thud. It hits and shakes the table. A little bit of beer from a little stein that they were drinking out of, that one of them was drinking out of, kind of spills onto the table. They all look up to you straight away, realizing who you are. One of them gets up, like the main one that you spoke to earlier, got up and gets up and just like begins shaking your hand. Let me just get my notes. She kind of speaks and is, Thank you. Thank you for retrieving that. Is the ingots? Thank you. And then just like keeps shaking your hand. She then digs into her pouch, pulling out. Yeah, pulling out 6 gemstones out of her pocket, out of one of her pouches, and then hands them to you. So they are 6 bloodstones worth 50 gold pieces each. She then continues and goes, if you don't mind doing one more thing, can you take them to Black Iron Blades? That was our drop-off point for them.
Well, considering I've got a sword to pick up there, I suppose.
Convenient.
Some would say almost too convenient.
Yes.
She kind of goes, thank you, and give them this note. And then she hands you the note as well.
I read the note.
The note just says, these adventurers have retrieved these iron ingots from the clutches of a Yeti from a Yeti. Please offer them a discount on whatever they need in store.
Oh, that's much obliged.
She then like shakes your hand and then goes, well, we've got to rest up, so thank you again.
Not to worry at all. And I'm going to put the, I guess I've got like a belt with a pouch on my waist. I'm just going to put all of the bloodstones and the note in that pocket.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, you easily pocket all that stuff. We'll say for brevity's sake, you take them to Black Iron Blades, in which Garn the Hammer is currently like clinking on what looks to be like a piece of plate mail, like plate chest armor. He kind of like looks up at you as you guys approach and goes, "Oh, if it isn't the sword man."
Indeed. How are you, Garn? How's my sword?
It's probably one of the finest blades I've ever made.
Well, I'm sure I'll be the judge of that.
Right, well, straight to the deal, eh? He goes and retrieves like this, what looks to be like a great sword. It looks more or less like a run-of-the-mill greatsword. There's a few like little intricate bits and pieces, but you can tell like he had like, give me an insight check real quick.
12.
Cool. It's almost like he had this grandiose idea of what it was going to look like and then abandoned it about halfway through when he realized he wasn't capable of doing so.
Fucking hell.
All right. I guess I'm going to like pull it out of its sheath, and like I don't know how do I feel with it in my hand compared
I mean,
to my...
it feels almost identical weight wise. It's a little bit, the tiniest little bit hilt heavy, but nothing that could impede its use as a greatsword.
But not as ornate as my...
Not as ornate. No.
Yes. Well, Garn, this is fine work, but surely, you know what? Keep my gold, keep the greatsword. Maybe you can find a buyer for this.
Oh, you don't want it?
It just...
But it's the finest blade I've ever made. I've even stamped the handle, and you look at the handle, and there's like this GTH stamped near where the pommel hits the handle.
All right, I'll make you a deal. I'll keep the sword, you keep my gold, and that'll be the end of it.
That's a pretty good deal. Sure, I'll take that deal. And he kind of like shakes your hand, takes the blade back from you. Yeah. and goes, all right, well,
shouldn't
what
take-
else
you
can
shouldn't
I
take
do
the
for
blade
you?
back. You
What?
shouldn't take the blade back from me
Why?
because I'm keeping the sword. He's keeping my gold.
Oh, well, he's confused. Sorry, I'm confused. I thought you said he keeps the sword and he keeps the...
No.
Okay,
No.
cool. Well,
But he already said it's a pretty good deal, so I'm
That's fine. I'm fine to keep going with that. So yeah, he keeps the gold, you keep the blade. You can add another great sword to your inventory.
the great sword is what I will call it.
Garn the great sword. Fair. He then continues speaking and is like, right, well, is that all, or are you looking to get something else made? And he kind of eyes the rest of the group as well.
No, thank you.
What do you mean, old man? You could do with a shiny new blade. The best blades in Bryn Shander.
I've got a perfectly fine axe, and I hold up my, like, haggard. It's like the kind of axe you'd find in your great-grandfather's shed that's been hanging there for 30 years. it's good for me, thank you.
Right, well, what about you, furry one? And he looks at Tricking. You could do with a few new daggers, I assume.
I'm just gonna like open my like cloak up, and I'll just have like 15 daggers hanging there, like just random daggers of all sorts, and then just shake my head at him.
Right, well, what about... And then he looks at Barrios with a book strapped to him, and he goes, yeah, maybe not. Well, what else are you doing here, then? You just come to pick up the sword, and that's it?
No, I've got this cart of iron ingots for you.
Ah, what kind
Dwarves
of
said to
ingots? A dwarf.
Iron. They're iron.
Oh, you must be talking about Runa.
Sure.
They said they
If it was
might be
Runa,
sending
Runa gave me a
somebody.
note too.
All right, well, what's the note? And he takes the note from you. He also guides you to where you can drop off all of the things. He kind of yells out to Elsa. He's like, "Hey, Elsa, do you mind counting these ingots for me? I need to know how much there is there." She begins counting as he reads the note. He's like, "All right, well, then is there anything else? I'm more than happy to give you a discount now that you've saved all this iron." And he kind of like looks a little bit thirsty, not thirsty, but like drools a little bit at the thought of the iron.
He's a weird man.
Iron kink.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Right, well, I guess I'll see you later then. Are you in Bryn Shander for too much longer?
I think we're just passing through on our way to our next adventure, so to speak.
Fair enough. Well, good travels to you then. And he kind of nods and goes back to hammering at the piece of chest metal while Elsa continues to count.
I give him a swift nod and turn and walk away.
Bye-bye.
Cool. You guys leave, heading back into the streets of Bryn Shander. What did you guys want to do now?
Are there any, like, supply stores?
You can ask around.
Yeah, sure. I'll just pick the first person that walks past.
Okay. You pick the
Maybe
first
that's
person. And they like a younger adult human that kind of goes, sir, we don't, I mean, black iron blades is probably the closest thing we have. I mean, if you're looking for general goods, there's a bit of a general goods store out down near the town hall or in the markets, if that's what you're looking for.
That's perfect, thank you. And I just walk away.
Cool. Sweet. So where are we heading?
I'm heading there. I don't know where the rest of the party's going. That's where I'm headed.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
I'll go with Bartleby.
Cool.
I shall follow as well.
Easy. So as a group, you guys kind of head into this central area, which now that everything is kind of getting into full swing. It's at this point that you guys will take a level of exhaustion because you haven't slept.
Oh yeah.
So I will get everybody to mark 1 level of exhaustion. Yes.
Does my short rest prevent that for a little bit or not?
No. It's got to be like a proper sleep, otherwise.
I
Yeah.
had a nappy.
But I had a nap.
How
Before
does one add exhaustion?
in conditions, I think.
I think it's
Right.
disadvantage on saving throws.
Yeah, I found it. I added it.
Is that the only thing we have disadvantage on?
I mean, that's pretty substantial.
Yeah, but only for in combat, right?
No, any ability check, I think it is, isn't it? Any ability check.
No idea.
Anyway, you guys head into like the market square where things are becoming a little bit lively. You hear a couple of like musicians playing a couple of songs, in which one of them you catch the phrase "Oh Barrius, tiny and loud," kind of played.
Fucking hell.
Oh, it's so funny.
As you guys kind of pass. You guys heading into the market, there's number of different like general goods stores. There's like a few furs, there's clothing, there's a couple of general goods. What exactly are you chasing?
Just some more rations and like some, not bedding, but just like extra layers.
Yeah,
Maybe
cool.
like a medieval equivalent of a singlet.
Yeah, easy. So you managed to find like a stall selling a few like little bits of pieces of like some adventuring gear. Not a lot, but like little bits and pieces in which you can pick up rations. They are 5 silver pieces each.
What's the person selling them look like?
He's a stocky human, very bulbous in look. He's got like a bit of a beard that kind of wraps around the bottom of his chin, almost like a chin strap, balding in the center, and a single unibrow.
I will walk up and say, strapping young lad, can I please have some rations?
Oh, yes, definitely, my old sir. They're 5 silver pieces each.
Oh, if I was to buy 5, could you do it for 4 each?
Roll me a persuasion check. And yes, tricking?
Would Tricking notice any, like, people walking around with large sacks of gold just, like, hanging off their pocket? Anyone that's, like, very jovial and flashing their cash?
Give me a perception check, sorry, not persuasion.
I knew you were going to say that last time. You asked me
18.
for that one.
18? Cool.
I had a 9.
Okay.
Better than mine.
So as you conversing, he kind of goes, "Oh, look, I'm more than happy to do 4 apiece if you're grabbing 5 or more. Yeah,
Perfect, I'll take 5, thank you.
cool." He
I overhear that
offloads.
conversation, and I'll ask for the same deal.
Look, I was kind of doing it because he was an older man. You know, help
In
the
that
elderly.
case, I'll take 10, thank you. And then I'll
Right.
pay my 10, turn and give half to Thalion.
Cool. So you get
I'll stare him dead in the eyes. As I take them. Put them
you
in
get
my pocket.
you get 10 at 4 silver pieces each, so 40 silver pieces. Tricky.
Where did you get that money from? I have 2 silver pieces.
I'm an old man, I will not share my
I
secrets.
what you say you have 2 silver pieces?
Yeah, I have 3 gold pieces, 2 silver pieces, 5 copper pieces.
I have 33 gold, 72 silver, 344 copper.
Not a
Luck
very
of the
good
draw.
thing, that's out of it.
You do so with that 9 perception. You don't really spy anybody that's being ostentatious with their money. The closest you can find is like there's what looks to be like a traveling group of adventurers. One of them's at the front playing a lute, with a small little box at the front that has a few like gold pieces and little bits and pieces in there. He also seems to be the one singing that song about a Barrius.
How many people is in the party of adventurers?
There seems to be about 4 or 5 of them. There's a big, brutish, what looks to be almost Goliath.
No, don't be stealing from this party. Don't be stealing from this party. They're good. They're good eggs. They're good folks.
Alright, I'll let it go.
I'm like, yeah, Barrius goes up to Tricking and he's like, please, look, you can steal from anyone else, just not this party, please. There's a girl in this party that I really, really like.
I'm gonna pull 3 gold pieces from my pouch and just give them to Tricking. Like, here, buddy.
Bartleby noticing the party is the other party is gonna be like, "Hey Varius, isn't that your girlfriend?" Way too loud.
And you notice she just like sleeks into her book, like almost hiding.
Barrius does like the exact same thing. He's just like,
Yeah.
I pick
And
up on what Bartleby's doing, and I'm like, yeah, the really cute one you were talking to.
Varius, you should go and say hi.
and that's when the guy playing the lute notices the group and begins plucking and begins to sing. He goes, "Oh, Barrius, tiny and loud, strutting like he's made folks proud, chest puffed up, 2 feet tall, trying hard to act 10 feet tall. He swings a sword he barely lifts, trips on pebbles, throws weak fists. Boasts and brags with 0 clout, a hero, please, we all have doubt. He charged a goose, then ran in fear, screamed, 'It bit me,' loud and clear. They say he's brave, but let's be real, Barrius squeals more than he deals." And like all the matter while playing music.
okay, well, I think that's a little bit unfair considering all that I've done. I've literally used sword that we brought back a cart of iron that was stolen by a goblin horde.
He kind of leans back, almost taking a step away, and he goes, "The songs don't lie," and then begins to start playing at another group of people that kind of approach and give them a couple of what look to be copper pieces inside the hat, inside the little case thing. Anything else you guys chasing in the markets while you're here?
No, but I think we should chase a sleep right now. I think we should go to the tavern and go to sleep.
Yeah, go have a nap.
I can do that.
Cool. As you guys head to back to the North Look, yeah, lively atmosphere on the inside of the North Look. Yes, Tricking?
Can I have a look around here for anyone that's got things in their hole?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Better than nothing. That's an 18.
Cool. There are a number of people that have what look to be quite intoxicated. You assume that means they may have some coin on them. There's not anybody necessarily waving it around. The only gentleman that looks like he may have quite a decent amount of coin on him is like a scruffy brown-headed gentleman that has a beard that kind of comes down and around. He's wearing this really nice red outside fur-lined coat. Yeah.
Isn't that the
And he's
guy
got
that
this.
Fallon's
He's
supposed
got
to-
he's got a small cut over his
The
nose.
guy who owns the tavern. We're gonna walk in. I'm gonna see Tricking eyeing this guy off, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm like, I think
Not this one.
it's not this one. It's not worth it.
I'm just gonna like frog off and be like, can I at least rob the drunks?
You can rob as many drunk people as you want, just not that drunk person right there.
Steer clear of the crackpot in the corner.
You see this older gentleman kind of like hunched holding this mug of what looks to be like mead or some sort of alcohol.
Does he look like he'd have money?
Who knows?
You know what?
All right.
I'm going upstairs to the room. I'm gonna go lie down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
As
lean
am
up
I.
on a wall, maybe like 15 feet away from a group of drunk people,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and like have it sneak along the floor under the tables and see if I can get up in anyone's coin purse.
Okay. Cool.
Hopefully not up in ant leg.
Give me a sleight of hand check to see if acting kind of as a stealth check for the mage hand.
Ooh, that was a 24.
24. So you cast this spell very subtly, and the hand kind of appears and begins to like crawl its way in between table legs, almost being stepped on, but manages to like jump back or like move around the legs of people that are swaying to and fro. It does, well, you do kind of move it into a position underneath a table where there is currently two gentlemen to the right side conversing, drinking at the same time. There is a gentleman in the more towards the center of the table that looks to be quite intoxicated and is currently like head on the table. And then a gentleman to the left kind of sitting with his back to the table, facing the rest of the tavern, just kind of like leaning with the stein in his hand.
I'm gonna try and rob the guy using the Mage Hand that's face down on the table.
Cool, easy. Give me another sleight of hand, this time for grabbing the coin pouch. Or what you believe to be the coin pouch.
Alrighty, that was a 17.
17, cool. Give me
Another check. Alright.
maybe a intelligence check? Well, no, insight check. Insight check.
Well, that was a nat 20.
Okay, cool. You kind of manage to like judge this gentleman up and down and kind of be like, okay, maybe he doesn't keep it there. Maybe he keeps his coin pouch on a different side. Maybe he keeps it on the back. Maybe you like until the point where you can like you notice it straight away and you're like, cool. And without a second guess, you mage hand nicks that coin pouch straight from his belt.
Hectic, I'm just gonna bring it back across the floor and just pocket the coin and then go upstairs.
Cool. So inside you find 35 copper pieces and 7 silver pieces.
Alrighty. 35 and 7.
Yeah.
You wanna weigh up, boys?
Cha-ching!
7 and how many? Sorry, 30.
35.
Maybe next time we go to the market, I'll be able to buy food. Maybe.
Cool. Now you all kind of like reconvene on the inside of the small little room that you guys had assigned to you. There's enough beds for the lot of you, luckily. One of them seems to be more like, it almost seems to be like hurriedly put in that room, almost as if waiting for a bigger group. But there's more than enough time for you guys to comfortably lay down, more than enough space for you to lay down and relax.
I like pull my chest plate off, just drop it on the floor. It's just gonna clang with thud.
Almost shaking everything as it does.
It doesn't bounce or anything. It just hits and goes doom.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can sit down for the night if you guys like to. We doing any watches or anything like that, or we just going straight to bed?
Going straight to sleep. Well, I'm going straight to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight to sleep as well.
Cool. Easy. So you all hit the hay pretty hard, and you can all mark off a long rest. You guys kind of wake up, gathering your things, You will need to pay for another night at the inn, if I remember correctly. Did you only pay for one night, or did you pay for a?
When should I pay the first time?
I believe it was. Let me just quickly double check.
I feel like I gave him a handful and said.
Yeah, I have a feeling you gave him like maybe a gold piece. Which will cover you for... Or maybe you gave him 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave 5 gold, but it was like a handful.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll cover you for 5 nights.
Yeah.
So you've technically already done 2, because it was 8 hours travel, 8 hours back. Even if you just didn't stay in the room, you still had the room.
Still got 3 days.
So you've still got 3 days worth.
I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I can get some food and drink from the bar.
Yeah, cool. So you kind of, yep. You guys all head down into the bar. It's kind of emptied out a little bit. Yeah, there's a couple of people left. You do notice the gentleman that was asleep last night, tricking that you robbed, still asleep on the table. There's currently a couple people eating food. The atmosphere has kind of died down a lot from the night before.
What's on the menu this morning, barkeep?
We've got some bacon, a little bit of eggs left. Yeah, it's a decent meal. It goes for 3 silver pieces. If you'd like me to make you a plate.
I put a gold piece on the bar, slide it over to him.
Oh,
And,
just for the one meal, or is this to cover the lot of you?
cover the lot of us, and perhaps some drinks to go along with it. if possible.
Well, this will only cover, what, 3 of yous in a bit?
I'll slide a second gold piece over.
Right, and he goes, all right, this will definitely do, and I'll, what kind of drinks do we want? We looking for ale? We looking for water?
What time is it?
What time is it now?
Oh, it's, he kind of like looks outside and he's like, I'd say maybe about 6 or 7 o'clock.
AM. I'll have an orange juice, please. I'll have a glass of
Sounds
orange
like
juice.
it's 5 o'clock in Faerun, so I'll have a wine.
Right,
any
wine. I don't think I have any soup. No. Sorry. Are you looking for something? Have you got no teeth?
He likes his meat wet.
Right. Well, I could wet the bacon.
Not even a little offended. I'll just have the bacon in all of the grease, thanks.
Right. Well, I'll make sure there's extra
That is
grease.
disgusting. Oh my god.
I'll have an ale.
An ale. So an ale, a wine,
Can
grease.
I change my order? Can I change my order to tomato juice instead, please?
I'm sorry. I don't think I got any tomato. Oh, actually.
Wait, can I just have a virgin Bloody Mary, please?
Oh, that I
Give me the
can do.
tomatoes, I'll
Yes.
mush them myself.
And he kind of goes back. You guys can
Thank
take
you.
a table and discuss.
I don't know why he was confused because the main ingredient in a Bloody Mary is tomato juice.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, I don't know if I have tomato juice. But I'm like, oh, virgin Bloody Mary. He's like, yeah, okay, cool, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and he,
With tomato juice.
after about half an hour to an hour, food is put out in front of you. It's not super great, but I mean, it does the trick. It does the trick. You guys sitting at the table. A little bit
Still
of
beats the
noise,
rock-solid
kind of.
beef I used to eat in my military days.
Them goddamn MRIs.
MRE?
Brain scans.
MRIs, no.
Yeah,
MRIs.
MREs. Yeah.
Lol. Yeah, you guys sit at the table. Feel free to discuss if you want to discuss anything.
Especially we should find some more work this morning.
Well, we do have work. What we were here originally to do is...
Are we staying? I thought we were just heading on.
Well, no, we're here to interrogate the person from the trade hall thingy, you know? What's
Oh,
her
that
face?
was this town.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Suppose we better do that
Yeah.
then. We've been
Yeah.
here for 2 days and we've done nothing of the sort.
You just all sit in silence for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm just really enjoying this food and this Virgin Bloody Mary.
Watching Bartleby gum at his
His bacon, his greasy bacon.
That is so disgusting. That is foul. The image in my head is just, oh, yuck.
I can hear it. I can hear the gum slapping against that bacon.
Got that
Little bits of
atypical old
grease
person bit.
flipping everywhere.
It's just
Yeah.
waters of his mouth is collecting grease.
Well-
Okay. Let's just say we finish our breakfast. We move on from this now. We've
gonna
moved
suddenly
on from
hand
this.
Bartleby a napkin. Be like, here you go, mate.
Oh, thank you. And he tucks it in his shirt.
Having completed the quest from the previous day, you'll level up.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, yes. It's about fucking time.
Boom. Level 4.
Level 4.
All right, let me get the game rules up so that I can level up my character.
While these guys are leveling up their character, what we might do is we might take a quick break. So please bear with us a couple minutes. Please get up, stretch your legs, get something to eat, get something to drink, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. And we will be back very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to Mimic Loaf. We're going to continue where we left off with, the rest of the morning. You guys just leveled up. Does anybody want to share what they decided to do? Or are we all just going to keep it secret, keep it safe?
I don't think anyone has decided what they're doing yet.
Well,
Yeah.
was it going to
spring it on
upgrade
yous halfway
Weapon
through.
Master, or adding an extra 2 to my strength.
Yeah.
Really
you join?
smart. I mean, great weapon masters are good.
I've decided.
So,
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Fey Touch. Because you increase your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma score by 1, and then I learn Misty Step, and 1 first level spell of my choice. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Done. Cool. So you guys finish eating breakfast as you guys T-pose for a couple minutes while picking spells and shit. What did you guys want to do today? Head off to try and find Torgs?
Yeah.
Cool. Heading straight there, or?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to suss that out and then, just, continue on the thing that we actually came here for.
Cool. Easy. Heading out into back to the streets of Bryn Shander. You guys head towards where Torg's, towards where you were told Torg's place is, to the point where you come to the outside of it. So, not far from the market square, you find a large stone and timber warehouse. It's broad double doors, slightly ajar. A weathered sign with Torg's Trading Company hangs crookedly over the entrance, swaying gently in the icy wind. What do you guys want to do?
Enter.
Cool. You take a couple steps inside. You met with a sharp contrast to the cold. The air is thick with the sense of wood, oil, and damp fur-lined tarps covering stacked crates and barrels. The space is dimly lit by a few hanging lanterns that cast long shadows across the room. Several sleds and wagons, now unhitched and resting on the warehouse floor, are parked along one wall, most of them loaded and secured, as though ready to leave again at a moment's notice. Though the warehouse feels largely empty, you quickly notice 5 figures lingering on the among the goods. A pale man with piercing eyes leaning casually against a crate, and 4 well-armed bodyguards standing nearby. The place feels tense and still, as if whatever business brought the caravan here isn't quite ended. Let me give you this. So, here you guys are, and you're moving into this space. Cool. So you see a couple of the guards kind of like doing little bits and pieces. Look to be doing like some checks. The gentleman with the piercing eyes that was leaning up against the crate goes and sits down at a small little table. You do notice that they see you as you lot come in. One of them just kind of begins to move up towards you and goes, "Look, you're not quite open for outsiders. What are you doing here?"
That's an excellent question. Darius, what are we doing here?
he's not here.
Sorry. We're here to see Torg. We're here to see Torg.
Torg's not here at the moment. Is there something we can help you with?
we're just wondering if Talk knew the whereabouts of her bodyguard. I'm trying to remember what his name is, but I don't know my notes in front of me. Which is something or other. Can't remember what his name is, but yes.
He kind of like looks back at the gentleman sitting on the chair with the piercing eyes, and he's like, "Is his name Sefik by any chance?"
Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
Right.
Epic. Yep.
That is I. What particularly do you need to know?
Someone else want to jump in here?
I genuinely don't know why we're here. I joined after this was discussed.
Oh. Surely we would have discussed it with you. Let me get my notes up.
There was some murders, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
and that's where we're here to figure that out for some reason.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Let me find it. Sefik is Stalker's bodyguard. Sefik is a freak of nature. 3 murders. Alright.
He just kind of goes, "Well, what is your business with me?"
We're here. We've been tasked with investigating some murders that have happened around Icewind Dale.
And what is my supposed involvement with these murders?
No specific involvement. We've just been told that we've just been asked to talk to you as you might know something about them. There's people who have, like, witnesses to these murders have mentioned that the Torgs, or Torgs, sorry, caravan has been through recently, or has been in town when these murders have happened. So that's why we're trying to get in touch with either Torg or yourself to discuss if you might know anything, just because we don't really have any leads at the moment.
Right, well, where have these murders taken place, apparently?
Would I know? I just don't have it in my notes in front of me.
I believe you would. I'm just going to see if I can find the notes. So when you first started, three had been committed in the past month. A halfling trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and a dwarf glassblower in Bryn Shander.
Yeah, so one was in East Haven, one was in Bryn Shander, and another was in Targos. Would you say Targos?
Yeah, Targos.
Yeah, in Targos. And I think that from accounts in these cities, the you and Torg were there at the time. So we just wanted to know if you had seen anything. We've asked around. We haven't really got any further leads. We just wanted to know if you've seen anything.
Right. Well, I mean, no, I don't know of anything. Who were these people that were murdered? Maybe we sold them some goods or something. I mean, we are a trading company after all.
The victim in East Haven was a halfling trapper. The one from what was the other place called? Not Bryn Shander, Torgoth, was it?
Targos.
Targos.
Was the
The one in
shipbuilder?
Targos was a shipbuilder, and there was a glass blower actually from in Bryn Shander.
Right. Well, yeah, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
On an inside check him.
Insight check, please.
Uh, 17.
He's definitely very shady. You do pick up a couple of like snarls and laughs from the rest of the bodyguards. Yeah.
I would like to, from behind Barrius, kind of go. Look, I can tell that you don't want us here. We don't particularly want to be here. The sooner we can get any information that you might have, we'll be on our way.
Well, I mean, I have no information. Like I said, I don't know of the 3 people that were stabbed like through the heart or something like that. Like, I don't know of these people.
Had we said that? Had we said
We
that?
didn't know that. We didn't know that they'd been stabbed through the heart.
Yeah, okay, I'll be like, interesting that you specify how they died when we didn't say that. Seems you do have some information.
I was just taking a guess. I'm assuming stabbing because not very many people keep magic in their abilities these days.
I find it very hard to believe that a group of whoever you are would be seen in 3 towns, have no idea, and slip up about the way they died and get it exactly right.
Like I said, it was just a guess. As for why we were there, we're a trading company. Like, come on, we're quite around. We get around quite a lot. Do you not see the three caravans behind us? Like the 2 there are our caravans, and then this one is Torg's, and he points towards the bigger one of the 3. He then kind of goes, "Look, I've given you as much information as I can give you. If you could just leave, that would be great. We've got some prepping
would you
to
mind
do."
us just having a look around through your stuff, and then we'll be on our way, just to be
What
thorough?
authority do you think you have? You just walked in here asking me questions, and now you want to look through my stuff.
Well, if you've got nothing to hide.
It's not about having nothing to hide. It's about, would you let
you
random
do have
strangers
something
come
to
through and look through all of your things?
Sure, I have nothing to hide. And I'll just open my backpack.
I thought you were going to be like, you just open your pants. Just like, woo!
My fucking 3-foot dog slaps the floor.
It's all wrinkly and... he just kind of goes, "Come on then, empty your bag on the table."
I'll do it. It's got like 6 cans of meat, like 10 rations,
Cool.
and like a dagger and a...
He looks over it and goes, "Okay, the rest of you then."
I do the same.
I can't remember what's in my backpack.
I'll do the same thing. I don't care.
Cool. He kind of nods and goes, "All right then, well, what kind of
You know what,
guarantee do
though?
I have that you're not going to take anything of mine?"
I have a suspicion you have nothing of interest.
"Fine, have a look." And he kind of like sits back down on the chair.
I'm gonna go looking for sus weapons and things that would place them at each of the towns.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go look at Torgs.
Sorry, I'm still choosing spells.
I'm still choosing. He's just like walking around with the book in his hand. Cool. Give me.
I'll follow Bartleby, but I'm still just like head and face in book.
Cool.
Any like ledgers or anything that I find, I'm handing them to Barrius to read.
Because you can't
I
read.
can be fucked to read. Yeah, I just can be fucked.
Give me investigation checks. This kind of like stillness, kind of this tense air kind of fills the space around everyone.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
I got 10.
I got a 6.
Cool.
I got a 13.
Damn, guys.
So kind of like looking around, you see small little tracks like covered in snow. Nothing that necessarily puts them at any of those locations, other than a couple of ledges that specify like things that were traded. So that includes things like furs, like general goods, oil for lanterns, like all that kind of stuff. You do come across a small iron lock box, like an iron strong box, sorry, which is kind of like on a satchel that's hanging over this corner of this thing. But then other than that, you don't come up with anything of note.
No specifically bloody weapons that are hidden.
No.
Obviously, bloody weapons are not uncommon, but normally you wouldn't be hiding them.
No, nothing particularly that points towards, like, there's a couple of blooded, like, daggers and whatnot, but they're, like, you see them, like, next to furs or, like, wrapped in, like, a meat or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that screams murder.
Are there any possessions that seem out of place? Like, given that they're traders, they wouldn't have, like, I don't know, children's toys or something.
Nothing that seems out of place. No, it is very much like a trader's inventory. So you see like crates of what look to be like rations or like long-lasting foodstuffs. You see like little barrels of oil that are used for like lanterns. You see small little bric-a-brac things that a trader would have that like you take kind of would have been in lieu of payment. Like somebody would have been like, well, I'll give you 10 gold pieces and this thing for like this thing worth however much gold makes up the rest. You know what I mean? Like, but more or less it is very much on brand for a trader.
You said there's like a little lockbox there.
Yeah, in a satchel. Looks to be like in a satchel that's hanging off the thing.
Okay. All right.
Ask him about it, I guess.
Well, I was just gonna open it up.
Yeah, I mean, he did. Let's say we could.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming it's locked.
It is locked. As you kind of go to touch it, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Look. That is the boss's. She is not here. Probably not a good idea. You've been forthcoming with me, but you've not been forthcoming with her. You can search anything else you'd like. You can even check out the back dock if you'd like. But...
yeah, sure. I'll go do that.
Cool. Yeah, you check out the back dock. It's like this slightly raised area where a cart would like come in and meet the floor level, so that they would like push like things into the cart, like loading. It's like a loading dock is essentially what it is. Again, you're checking through crates, you're looking through boxes. It's all that same merchant stuff. Nothing like really ties to anything.
I'd like to ask him if they have quarters in the building.
Not quite. I mean, we sleep on bedrolls. We're moving traders. We're used to that kind of harsh life.
Sure, but when you stay, like when you're back here, do you stay in this building? Do you have quarters in this building?
Not quarters. No, like we just roll the bedrolls out and we just
Okay.
sleep on the floor.
Where do you keep your personal belongings?
Well, I mean, we're roving traders. We don't really have that much other than the ones that we carry on us.
Sure. Okay.
Who's the boss lady?
That would be Torg. Pretty fiery dwarf. She's off attending to some business at the moment. Won't be back for a couple of days, she said. Yes, Thalia?
Can I use Divine Sense?
Yes. What does that give you?
So within 60 feet, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet of me.
Cool. What does your divine sense look like? Does it look like anything, or do you just...
I mean, my eyes will probably change color. Like, they'll just glow slightly.
Cool.
But, like, knowing that I'm sort of amongst unknown people, it's not as bright.
Yeah, cool. So your eyes kind of like flick back into that sense, and you kind of push yourself out there with your divine powers. And you do pick up undead on Cephik himself.
Yuck.
Okay. I'm immediately on edge.
Yes, Tricky?
That kind of sorry. I was just going to quickly say that kind of makes sense because when we were introduced to him, he just like walks around the snow and doesn't really it's not affected by it.
I would like to go over near the lockbox and cast Detect Magic.
Cool. You cast Detect Magic on it. It does not give off any magical traces.
Interesting.
Cephik kind of sits back in his chair and goes, well, so are we done? Do you trust us now?
Trust? No, but I do hope I never have to see you again.
I'm
to
going
you,
to
old man.
gonna go talk to Barrius and Bartleby and like I sense undead on this one.
He kind of like ruffles you outside, so he does like you do all leave the building while you have that conversation. So I'll just
Except for
quickly move-
tricking.
No, I'll just.
I'm stood on the back of the room.
I mean, yeah, if you want to try and stealth, if you'd like.
That's what tricking do.
Yeah, I'll do that. Fuck it. Let's go. I'll roll for it.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
22.
Cool. So, let me check. Okay, cool. As they kind of like usher the three of them out, they just kind of go, there was a fourth one of you. Where is he?
Your guess is as good as ours.
He's pretty mercurial. He must have gotten bored and left already.
You know, he was saying that his stomach was giving him troubles. He may have rushed to a bathroom.
Give
Cool,
me
privy.
deception checks. One of you with advantage. Because you all
You
held
do it,
it.
Marty.
Yeah, mine's -1.
Mine is 0.
14.
14.
Actually, you don't get a 14. You get to roll again.
I'd rather take the 14.
Well, you can roll again.
Just bam, bam, bam.
There we
Again.
go.
There we go. They just kind of like
There we
look
go.
at each other, and then just go. And Cephik kind of goes, "Sure, okay. Well, it was great meeting you all, and goodbye." And he kind of like closes the door, and you hear this of a gate, like of a thing,
Yeah,
as
it's
the
locked
door
him
is
in.
shut.
So the door is locked.
Seemingly, yes.
From the inside.
Okay.
Seemingly.
Good thing I have a spell for that.
Knock.
Sends like a 1-ton beam across the
Yeah.
room.
As they kind of like all kind of gather in that central area, Tricking, you are privy to this because obviously you are still in the room. Cephik kind of turns around to the lot of them and goes, "Look, check everything. Make sure they didn't take a thing, because otherwise Torg's gonna be fucking pissed." And the rest of them just kind of go, "Oh, okay," and then they begin spreading out.
Can I don't know whereabouts I would hide Underneath the carriages, is there any like crawl space where I'd be able to like stick myself up on the wheel arches?
Yeah,
All those
yeah.
rooms where
They
go into the
definitely
carriage?
would.
Jackson, you're muted.
Definitely would.
I was gonna say, I can
I'm gonna
imagine
do that.
tricking is like posed above a doorway, waiting for someone
Yeah.
to walk in. He's like,
Doing the perfect
Jump
splits,
down.
like
Yeah,
John
like
Van
the-
Damme.
yeah.
Yeah. Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can maneuver yourself into that spot.
Oh boy. That's a nat 20.
20. You just fucking like a bloody, almost like the cat liquid. The liquid that is cats. You just kind of fill that shape. No worries whatsoever. You are now hidden left or right arch wheel.
I'm gonna hide on the left one.
The left
So-
one. So that
so
one
it's
there.
A little bit more difficult for them to investigate being between the two carriages.
Yeah, cool. So you notice as they start going through things, you zip into that space like completely stealthy. Like, the guy does pass you without even looking. They look like they're on the back end of each of the carriage now. And Cephik kind of takes a few steps towards the little satchel and kind of ruffles it a little bit to make sure it's still there. What are the rest of you doing? While you guys are now outside. He's
Being nonchalant, standing out the front.
Like King of the Hill. Yep.
Yep. Except it's not a beer, it's canned wet meat.
Yeah, dude. The finest.
We haven't got each our own can. We're all just sharing one.
I've got
can.
enough to go around.
Are there any windows on the outside of this building?
You do see a couple of windows. They are currently like boarded shut from the inside. Not boarded, but like what do you call them? They've got like the window shutters. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And they're kind of like door shutters that are closed from the inside.
And there's like these windows have got glass on them, so you can't just like open the shutters on the inside.
Correct, yeah.
But you know, I don't think those guards know that their chief is
Wait.
undead.
Maybe we creep
I
around the
don't think
back.
so either. I think it might be safer if we just let Tricking do his thing. It is much more likely that we will be spotted than he will be spotted.
I mean
You do have a point.
about 40 pounds of plate mail. I don't think stealth is not an option for me, my friend.
My joints crack when I think about walking.
But while we were in there, Nathan, originally, was
Yes.
there any windows?
Yeah, there's windows from the inside, but they're not like... so now being on the inside, you did see on the roof, there were like warehouse windows, like the glass, like pillar, what do you call them? They're like the triangular shaped ones on either side that do give in natural light. And then there were a couple of windows either side on the walls, but like I said, they were door shuttered and they were closed.
Alrighty, so there's nowhere for me to really make a quick escape. Whereabouts was the back dock located?
Back dock was located back that way.
And I wouldn't know if that leads to the outside.
I
didn't.
You didn't go? Then no, you wouldn't know.
Shit. I need some sort of distraction. Alright.
They continue like looking through the stuff and are making their way around to each of the like to the other sides of the back areas of the wagons.
I'm just gonna sort of sit put while they do their little investigations.
Yeah, cool.
What's around the back here, Nath? What can I see?
So as you kind of come up around that back area, you see a large double door that is currently closed.
Also,
Awesome.
being around the back, I will try the door just gently. Just not to open it, just to see if it's locked or not.
Cool. Give me sleight of hand.
While they're doing that, can I go to the front door and just like fucking pound on it?
I got a 4 of my sleight of hand.
Do it with advantage.
Wait, I rolled the wrong thing. Give me a second.
I checked the door's religion.
15. Hey, I still got the same at the end.
So
Yeah,
luckily,
15.
you do make, like, unfortunately, you do make quite a you did misjudge the push on the door and do make a bit of noise. But at that point, you hear this hello, like on the front door. You hear tricking as you hear that like thudding and the sound of Bartleby making noise at the front door. You do see the rest of them get like really tense, and they kind of misdo a couple of their checks, but are heading back towards Cephik in the center of the room.
Where is that the satchel with the lockbox on it again?
Just here.
Just there. Alrighty. Am I able to
Can you open the
move
door?
to the opposite wheel arch so I'm a little bit closer to it?
Yeah, give me... Oh, I'll just do it from the same as earlier. Yep, you managed to, like, slink your way across to it. As you... Barrios, I forgot to say, as you push the door, it does seemingly be locked.
I could cast knock, and it would open it. However, the only thing is, knock. A loud knock, audible from as far away as 300 feet, emanates from the target object.
Just gonna hope that my knocking's louder.
I'll just cast knock. Fuck it, I'll cast knock on it.
I'm trying to get him to open the front door.
Well, if they're trying to open the front door, then there's a knock at the back door. They're gonna be the forces are gonna be split. Hey, you're fine. You're still hidden. They're not looking for you. They're currently trying to figure out what the fuck is happening at the back door and the front door currently.
I'm trying to get the lockbox and sneak out, but you guys are fucking.
Well, we're opening your route to the escape.
Yeah, now you've got 2 options, my guy.
Yeah, exactly. You got front and back.
You do hear this, and then the door just kind of, you hear this, it just like slowly opens ajar. As the knocking is going on the front door, Cephik then hears the knock on the back and goes, "Quick, to the back door!" And then the rest of them begin moving towards the back door.
Wait,
Would we all hear that?
Yeah, it's 300 feet. I'm pretty sure everyone would hear it.
No, as in, would we hear Cephik from both front and back doors if he yelled it?
Not at this distance. You might hear it muffled. You might hear it muffled, Bartleby, but the guys at the back door would not.
I'm going to cast message to Tricking and be like, what's the situation in there?
Just give me 1 second.
Well, we may as well roll initiative now that we're all in initiative.
No.
No. We're not in battle. We're not in battle.
Not yet.
Sorry, we're coming partner over. I'm just gonna be like, currently hiding under a wagon, trying to steal lockbox. Over.
Is that a raid?
Okay, but where are the people coming from? Like where are they heading? Okay, heading towards Loud Knock. All right, cool.
Cephik then goes, you see him look towards your direction, Tricking. I think the cat's still in here. And he kind of like begins to slowly like almost like getting down. You notice he summons what looks to be like a blade made of ice that just like comes out of his hand. And they are all poised and ready. So we are going to roll initiative now.
At this point
Well.
in time, when the blade come out, I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, shit, help! Blade, ice blade, help!" Send the half elf.
Okay.
I mean, at least one of the 2 doors is unlocked now.
Sweet. So I need everybody's initiative, please. Let's start off with Barrius.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Bartleby.
7.
Thalion.
False.
And Tricking.
14.
14. Okie dokie. Let's begin combat, shall we?
Nah.
Nah?
Never end combat.
It'll be the day.
Sefik is going first. So he... Okay, he's going to spend an action looking for you, in which he does see you in the wheel arch.
Golden nut. Stealth, my guy.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's only 20 plus whatever. And unfortunately he rolled better for his perception. Wait, what is your dexterity plus
For the stealth check or for just dexterity? in
dexterity? Oh, well, yeah,
general?
stealth.
+3. Oh, +7 for my stealth.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, in that case, no, he does not see you. I thought it was only
Yeah.
+3. Yeah, he does not see you, but then begins moving. Oh, not moving everyone. Moving towards the front of the wagon. He does point to the rest of the group and go and says, "No, why'd you just move your token, bro?" I can't hear you. You're muted.
Before you paused combat, I had literally moved my token to be in line with Marty's.
Yeah, but your action, you don't get a movement. Because your action would have been to...
What do you mean? We weren't
Oh, wait,
we
no,
weren't
yeah. No, you still get
We
movement
weren't
on top
in-
of action. Never mind. My brain...
But we also-
My
but
brain...
we-
no, no, no,
we
no, it's
weren't-
okay.
Yeah, but we weren't
We
in
weren't in
initiative
combat.
then.
It doesn't
we weren't in
matter.
initiative
It doesn't
order.
matter. You still got to think, like, 6-second increments, right?
Yeah, so what, my turn is me going to be casting knock, I don't get to cast anything else.
Well, it was, but then you also got movement at the same time. Then we started initiative, and then yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Sefik points to the rest of them and says, "Watch the back door." And then that brings us to Barriers.
Muted again.
I'm going to cast invisibility on Thalion. I'm going to touch him and be like, "You're now invisible. Now,
Go
they'll
find the
never
cat.
see... They'll no. Now they'll never see you coming."
They'll hear me though.
Yeah, well, if you're quiet enough, then it doesn't matter. If you go real... It doesn't matter how slow you walk. They'll never see you coming. At least not for, an hour.
So, Thalion, you are now invisible.
I'm also going to... Are there any, like, rafters or anything in here?
There's no rafters, so as you kind of like came up those steps to press you back against that wall, and then casting that on, there's like a long bordered area that kind of L shapes up the back wall. There is like a single beam that runs from the top across.
I'm going to
center of the
fly
room.
up and kind of perch myself on the beam.
Okay, cool. So you move to probably about like there-ish on the beam.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we'll say it's about
And I've-
20 feet up.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Sweet. That brings us to Tricking. You are up.
Ooh, I really have no idea what to do. Kind
Shit
of,
your pants.
nowhere here. Forgive me because I've never really played a character that can use spells, but can I ready a spell? Like,
You can,
You
yep.
can
I-
hold a spell, yeah.
I didn't hold exactly where I am, and if someone happens to stick his face down where I am, just activate it.
Yeah? You can
I
do
have to
that.
tell you what spell I'm gonna do?
You do, yeah.
I'm gonna ready a thunder wave.
Okay, cool. Easy.
He puts his face down near me and sees me. I'm just gonna
Okay, easy.
blow his.
Clap his cheeks.
That brings us to the two traders. First of which is going to move to here. And then ready an attack action for anybody that gets close. Next one is this one, who is going to move to here, and also a ready attack action for if anybody gets close. Bartleby, you are up. Being at the front door, not knowing...
That's locked.
Yeah, that's locked, not knowing... Or you've heard the knock of the
Yeah,
door.
I would have heard the thump and mumbling from
And mumbling.
what's-his-face.
Yep.
I am going to reach into my backpack, pull out a particularly swollen can, stab a hole in it, and throw it through the window.
Stab
Like
a
a
hole
fucking
through
smoke
it.
bomb.
Okay.
It's so this can's one that probably has hit its use by date a few years ago.
Sure.
Particularly pungent. And then once that's thrown through the window, I'm going to start moving around to the back door.
Okay, so as you throw it through the window, you hear the smash of glass. You then hear the tunk as it hits the shuttered doors. They kind of give in slightly, but they are also locked from the inside. So it just bounces off the wood and then like falls and just makes a little kind of noise as it hits the floor, and kind of explodes into this small area of wet meat.
Lovely. Stinky meat. Like
Stinky,
the Sir,
stinky wet
it's
meat.
like the equivalent of a can of Sir Strummen, like the fucking stank fish.
Yeah, but it's on the outside with you.
It's still gonna smell real bad.
Strömming.
And then I'll just use my full movement to try and get round to the back.
Cool, easy. So make your move.
Which will go that way.
Yeah, so you can move and then dash if you'd like. Oh no, your action was to throw, so you would only have movement.
Yeah. Well, I can get to there. That's all.
Cool. And cool. So that brings us to one of the other traders' turns, who is going to make his move up to there. The other one, the last one, is going to move a little bit back towards Cephig and make a investigation check, which he fails. Cool. It is now Thalion's turn.
Is this door here that I'm standing next to, is that unlocked?
It is currently unlocked and open.
I am going I'm still invisible, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Move
I
myself to here.
will say, as you kind of come around the corner, you do see one of them brandishing a light crossbow, who will fire at you.
He's invisible.
Even though
Oh
I'm
no,
invisible.
you're invisible. Yeah, no, you're right. Give me.
Gonna
Sorry,
say,
I forgot.
this is-
I forgot.
this random
I forgot.
thing
Yeah,
is
he's
fucking
just-
He literally goes, I'm still invisible, right? And Nathan goes, yeah. So this guy who's watching the door, he's actually gonna fire.
Did you actually say? Did you actually say
Yeah.
I'm still invisible?
Yeah.
Ah, sorry,
He goes,
my
"I'm
bad.
still
I did.
invisible," And he said,
It just
he
like
said,
completely.
yeah.
I was reading something. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Right, so
give
I'm
me.
like, yeah, sorry. This random grunt has true sight and actually.
Yeah,
he's gonna
can
shoot
actually
me.
just shoot you. Give me. Are you trying to be stealthy while doing that, or?
Yes,
Yeah, it's
'cause I'm invisible.
these fucking box of bloody lollies.
I mean, I'm gonna try, but
Okay,
I'm also
give me
going
a
to
stealth
roll
check.
Yeah.
Flat, I
Okay.
believe, because you do it with disadvantage, but advantage because of invisible. So you're doing it flat.
Okay. 14.
14. Okay, cool. You seem decently... You are making noise as you move around the thing, but you're not sure whether or not any of them have seen you. Or will know where you are, I guess.
Okay.
But you know what? This noise could be good. Could act as a diversion for tricking to get
Diversion.
a diversion. For tricking to get the fuck out the back door while we all run.
Does that end your turn, Thalion?
No. No, it doesn't. I'm going to use my bonus action to channel divinity and use Vow of Enmity.
Yeah.
Let me just have a look here real quick. Actually, no, I'm not. No. I'm not going to do it just yet. I will. If I attack and I'm invisible, there's like.
You're no longer invisible.
Your
You're no
invisibility
longer-
ends.
Yeah. Okay. No. How much movement have I got left?
I think that's it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. I will. Yeah, I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to stay right where I am.
Cool. That
quiet.
brings us to
Very quiet.
Sefik's turn, who is going to make his way around the other side and do an investigation check. Still does not seem to spot you tricking. That brings us to Barrius.
It's my turn again. I'm going to. Actually, I'm going to fly down to here.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. Like here, and it's just going to be someone being like, "Oh, you didn't hear that." Oi!
Okay. Yeah, sweet, easy. So you do that. One of them lets off a crossbow at
And
the
then I'm
minor
gonna fly.
illusion.
And then I'm going to fly back up to the.
Yeah, so the crossbow, you hear this, and then like the clicking. Thalion, you see one of them like aim the crossbow as you come around the corner. The other two like holding scimitars, just being steady. It shoots the image and begins to reload the thingo.
I'm doing like the Batman Arkham style like Predator tactics of just like making diversions and making these guys terrified while Thalion stalks through the room invisible and he's just gonna appear out of nowhere and just like this guy in half.
That ends your turn.
Yes, that doesn't end my turn.
Cool. Tricking, it is now your turn. Mark off that spell that you were holding.
Can I only hold it for so long?
You can only hold
One
it for
turn.
one turn.
Or you can use it.
Or you can use it now.
Shit.
But since they don't know where you are, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I'll just mark it off.
Cool.
These things, like, just up and to the right, are they like a stack of boxes?
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a stack of boxes next to a set of stairs that goes to an elevated, like, platform. Underneath the platform is just boxes everywhere.
Yeah, could you hide behind the stairs?
You could definitely try.
But it's a place where I could, yes, hide successfully if I rolled well enough.
Yes, yeah. You do also, if you jump out of cover, you will be seen by not by Sefik, but by the guard that stayed behind.
He's looking in my direction. He wouldn't be turned to have a look where that noise just come from.
No, he is looking in your direction.
Oh shit! What do I do here, folks? If I went up, like directly up, would I be able to slip between the small gap and go under the platform?
You could try, yeah.
Alright, yeah, fuck it, let's try that.
Cool. Give me stealth.
Maybe I should have just left off that fucking thunder wave. That's a 22.
Cool. Yeah, you managed to like zip your way kind of up into a corner. It does use 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of your movement. You are pretty confident that you weren't seen in the making of doing that.
Alrighty. I'm gonna head, just like, use my little bit extra movement to get closer to where the back door is.
Yeah, so you've got 5 foot, and then you'd have to action or bonus action dash. Or both.
Would that ruin my hiding?
No.
No? Then yeah, I'd like to do that and move under the platform. Yeah, to there. That'd be good.
Cool.
Sweet. Happy
Easy. You still have another action or bonus action. Oh, wait, no, you bonus action hid, technically, so that was your action to... yeah, no, you're good. You're done.
Sweet.
Cool.
Good then.
Hey, you're done. That brings us to the trader, who is going to... move up towards the door.
I will not use an attack of opportunity.
Okay. He will then be like, "He's in here. He's in the rafters," and point up towards the guys.
Are you kidding me? Fuck. All right.
Which brings it to the next trader's turn, who is going to move to here, pull out his light crossbow, and fire off. Which
Come
is
on,
going
surely
to
he has
be...
some sort of disadvantage if he's shooting into.
I will
the
give
fucking
you half cover. No,
Okay.
quarter cover.
What do I get from that?
Let me just quickly double check.
Pretty
Hit all
sure
the
they
front-
have disadvantage.
Nah, so there's nothing. There's only 3 degrees of cover, which is half cover, 3/4, and total cover.
Oh, so I only get. I don't even
you
get
would
half
only,
cover.
yeah, because it's just a single beam, and you're kind of
Yeah,
like
and they're
perched
shooting
atop
from
it.
below, and I'm like,
Well, yeah,
Right.
diagonally
Right.
across and a bow.
yeah, all right.
Can I use an opportunity? Can I use an opportunity attack against the crossbow guy?
He's already moved out of range. And you did.
Like as he's moving.
Well,
But
as
didn't
he
you say
moved
that you
from-
weren't going to use it, and now you want to use it?
I didn't
No,
use
he-
it against the first guy,
Oh, okay, then yeah.
but I was within, 5 feet, 10 feet of both of them.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's fine. Yeah, you can use your opportunity on the second guy.
Yeah, I will.
Cool, go
I
ahead.
knew that invisibility would come in handy. Could you imagine how?
60
Oh.
hit.
Does not hit. You swing your blade, and miss. He kind of sees you, continues to cock his hand bow, fires, and then spins around and looks at you. Now that your invisibility just goes. And
All right, what does
completely
he roll to
misses.
hit? What does he roll to hit?
He rolled a dirty 20.
Fucking hell! All right, how much
Oh,
damage is
that's
it?
not that one. That's that one. It is 7 points of piercing damage as the bolt flies off and hits you in like the side.
Ow, that really fucking hurts.
That brings us to Bartleby. You're up.
Given I can just hear shouting and fucking random things thudding into walls, I'm gonna add to the chaos because that's what I can do. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out a small bone whistle that I got 2 sessions ago, I think,
Yeah.
and just start fucking full lung blowing on it, making noise. Just to add
Not
to
even, like,
distraction.
It's not even to just do anything. It's just to make noise and be annoying. I love that.
Cool.
Just to be annoying,
that.
just to throw some confusion.
Yep,
And I'll
you-
keep on moving.
You add a whole whistle to the noise now, and you start seeing people coming out into the street, and you're essentially attracting a crowd towards.
yell?
They've kidnapped my friend. They've trapped him inside.
Make a persuasion check.
Hell yeah, dirty 20.
Okay, cool. You see kind of like a few village people like whispering to each other and saying things to each other. You're not sure what they're saying, but there might be
that's
something. That brings us to Trader's turn, who is going to take a few steps up and make a swing at you, Thalion, with his scimitar, now that you are visible, which does not hit. He just like swings and impacts your like armor. You just like brush it off with your shoulder. Brings us to the other trader who, with the commotion that's happening, is now going to make his way up the stairs, kind of giving you a bit of a wide berth. Pull out his crossbow and fire at you, Thalion. Which is going to be, this time, possibly hitting at a 21.
Yeah, it hits.
Yeah. So it just manages to fire and like pierce in between two of the plates, dealing 6 points of piercing damage. That brings us to Thalion.
Okay. I am going to.
Heal.
I'm going to attack. Old mate here
Yep.
with my great sword.
Go ahead.
It's 24 to hit.
Hits.
That is 10 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do.
Cool. Like, you cleave down into him, you lop off one of his arms, and he's like... and you just see, like, blood dripping profusely from his arm. He's on death's door.
How much damage did you do to him?
10.
So they're not very strong.
Yeah, like 12 to 15, I reckon.
That now brings us to Sefik's turn. Who... is going to run to here. I just gotta measure.
Why are you measuring towards me?
He is going to, as he runs, create an ice dagger in the other one of his hands and just lob it at you.
Use my great sword and swat it out of the sky. I'm a great weapon master.
Dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
Hits. That deals 6 points of piercing damage. As it like impacts the armor, you notice it seems to like cut into a spot, and then just like shard out into ice, dealing an additional 7 points of cold damage.
Ice knife.
That brings us to Barrius. You're up.
Now, I'm not sure, do I go on the offensive or do I go on the defensive? I'm gonna go on the offensive because fuck it, why not? It's more
Fireball.
fun. I wish. Next level, I think. Next level, I get Fireball. Yes, next level, I do get Fireball. But for this level, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray, the next best thing.
Awesome. Go ahead.
So the first one is just going to be against the guy that attacked me.
Yep.
That is a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Dealing 6 points of fire damage.
Cool. Like you impact his fur and it just kind of like flickers off and fires and begins to like ember his clothing.
Second one's going to be against the same guy.
Yep.
That is a 25 to hit.
Hits.
Dealing 8 points of fire damage.
Cool. You impact the other shoulder and he flips off, falling back and begins to catch fire. He is now deaded.
Okay, cool. And then I'll just do the last one against the other guy.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, almost a nat 20. 18 to hit,
Hit.
dealing only 4 points of fire damage.
Cool. And then that guy takes it in the chest, like straight in the chest. It begins to ember out on the fur and like singe off the thing, and he begins to smell like burnt hair.
I'm going to spread my wings and fly out the door.
Cool.
It's like my work
Easy?
is done here.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
that
just
ends your
waiting
turn?
for- that was the end of my turn, yeah.
Cool. That brings us to tricking. You're up.
You're
You're
muted.
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 I'm still on my stealth bullshit. I would like to try and move myself around to get behind the first cart closer to the lockbox without being seen.
Okay.
So I think I did myself accidentally, so I'll move myself back to where I think I was.
Yeah, so you can give me a stealth check as a bonus action or an action to see if you can zip over there.
Oh. That is another nat 20. I've rolled 2 nat 20s for stealth checks tonight.
Bro,
Jeez.
Stealth is part of my life.
you easily zip your way over to the cart.
Pretty sweet. I want to try and get as close to as possible the lockbox thing that was hanging up without being seen, obviously.
Cool. That's as far as you can get, unless you bonus action dash.
Can I cast Mage Hand with my bonus action?
No, I think it's
Is
an
it a bonus action to cast it?
No, it's a cantrip. That's an action.
Oh, it'll say 1A or
Well,
1BA.
it'll say,
I think it's an action.
It'll say 1A.
yeah, 1A, so it's an action.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Then I might, bonus
Well-
action dash to get physically close.
No,
to
so
the
you could have
lockbox.
bonus action stealthed, like hide, bonus action hide,
Mhm.
and then action your mage hand, so that's fine. So you can create your mage hand.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get my Mage Hand to come around and take that lockbox down.
Okay, cool.
Without being-
Give me a sleight of hand check.
That was a 22.
Cool. In all of the hullabaloo and hubbub, Cephik does not even notice your mage hand zip from underneath, grab the lockbox out of the satchel, and you now have a single locked strong box.
Sweet.
Cool.
And
Is that end your turn? Cool. It is now... Whoop. I accidentally went way too far. It is now one of the traders' turns, who is going to run in and down the stairs and fire his hand crossbow at you, Barrius, which is going to his
Mate.
light crossbow. Sorry, which
You
is
see
going
what I've
to,
done to your friend?
which is going to be a
Just kinda
10
back
to
off,
hit.
alright? Gonna cast shield.
Cool. You cast shield and the like splinters off.
Haha! Fuck you. Suck my dick.
And that ends his turn. Bartleby, you're up. On the other side of the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue on my bullshit.
Okay.
As I'm running, please, somebody help! I think they're trafficking my friend.
They're trafficking my friend!
Make a
Like-
deception check.
Oh, that is
Doing my
funny.
best just to get as many people involved as possible.
They're trafficking my friend.
What was
so
it?
funny.
Deception?
Yeah.
That's an 18 with a -1, so
Okay.
17.
Cool.
Damn.
The crowds are getting slowly closer and closer as you like blow on the whistle and yelling and making a hullabaloo.
Just gonna
Um,
look like a senile old man that's missing his friend.
Cool.
Bartleby's
Does that end your
wonderful.
turn?
Yeah.
That brings us to one of the traders' turns, who is going to make a scimitar attack against Thalion there, which is going to be, well, that was a roller coaster. 13 to hit. Nope. He like swings and you're just like taking the hits, like, but just like straight across your chest, and you're just bouncing them off. That brings us to the other trader, who is going to make a little bit of a move there and fire at you with a light crossbow for an 8. So I'm pretty sure that just like bounces off your armor. That brings us to Thalion.
Just have a look, see. Yeah, okay, I suppose I'm just going to hit this guy again with
Cool.
my greatsword.
Go ahead.
11 to hit.
Misses. So you swing again, and he just kind of goes, "Ugh," and just like dips slightly underneath the blade, missing.
Yeah, my turn.
Cool. That brings us to Sefik's turn, who is going to move up here, creating another one of those daggers from his hand and throwing it. This time, he is going to throw 2 of them. Both of which he throws wide, creating like almost like racing stripes, completely missing you, Thalion.
Haha, good one, dickhead.
Trash.
That brings us to Barrius. You are up.
All right. I've just pinged this measly little crossbow bolt off with my amazing magical skills. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to cast magic missile at this dude. So first one, 3 points of damage.
Yep.
All right. Second one, 2 points of damage.
Yep.
Third one, 2 points of damage.
Cool. The third one, it's like chest, head, and he falls back dead, non-moving.
Yes. Oh fuck. Too strong. I'm gonna head in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm just gonna move in here.
Cool.
Ready to breach.
Cool.
Yeah.
That brings us to tricking.
You're muted.
I'm gonna kind of make a break for it as far as I can. So, where does my thing move out? And move to there.
Yep.
So I would still be hidden by the cart.
By the card
naturally.
itself. Yep.
How many feet is this? I don't think I can make it quite to the hay bales. Even if I dash.
You still have 2 dashes left because you have movement, bonus action dash, and then action dash. But that just means you can't use a bonus action or an action to do anything.
Alrighty. So... Hell, I might just, mob it down this way. I will bonus action dash. How many feet is that? Can you move me as far as I can in that direction? So I don't go
Straight?
too far? Yeah.
There.
And that's all my turn moved up?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop there then.
Cool. That brings us to Bartleby.
Yeah, I'll continue on.
Continue running.
Yeah. Where's the edge of the building?
There.
Yeah. As I'm running, I think I can go a bit further. Yeah. As I'm running. Suffix is a trafficker and a murderer.
Make me another persuasion check, I should say.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
Cool. You do begin to see people like what looks to be getting like militia and like people of armed status involved.
Fuck yeah.
That brings us to one of the traders' turn, the guy that's missing an arm. He's just gonna like haphazardly swing with a short sword. which he
I want to
misses.
pick up this guy's arm and beat him with it.
Brings us to the other trader who's going to fire another bow, this time hitting, I think, with a 20.
Yeah.
Dirty 20, yep. So cocking the light crossbow impacts your other arm. You've now got like 2 crossbow bolt nipples hanging out your shoulder blades, and dealing 6 points of piercing damage. Thalion, you are up now.
Okay. I am going to attack with a greatsword on
Go ahead.
Again, unarmed old mate.
Maybe you should have swapped greatswords. You swing again, and he just manages to like impact the side with his hilt and just like push you off, slightly off balance, and you miss. Is that end your turn? Cool. That brings us to Cephik, who is going to run up, shaking his hands. He's going to brandish a longsword made out of ice and come in with 2 attacks, both two-handed, against Thalion. So first one to hit is a 24.
It
Second one to hit is a 15.
doesn't hit.
Cool. So the first one impacts your impacts kind of like in your arm piece, dealing 12 points of slashing damage. And then you see that same explosion of ice, dealing another 6 points of
Did you say you're down?
Yep.
Cool. Thalion, you just kind of go, "Blah!" and just like the ice explodes and shards everywhere, and you just fall to your back. Cephik just kind of goes and just kind of scoffs a little bit. Barrius, you are up.
Fuck. All right.
Not knowing that your friend has gone down.
Can I poke my head around the corner and just see
Yeah.
what the situation is?
You see him on the floor.
No.
You see a guy hovering over his body with one arm.
Okay, I'm just gonna see what the situation is out there.
He
All right.
won't do much. He's armless.
So Cephik is standing. Is this one right? He's the one to the top.
Yes.
On the top? And the other guy is armless, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll go from here. I'll step out. So 5, 10. Cast magic missile again. Just gotta get that kill. So on the one who's standing there with no arm, I'm gonna cast the first bolt, which does 4 points of force damage.
Yep. You just like impact his chest, and he just like blows back.
Tricking,
onto the
where
floor.
are you? Is this you down here?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
making my escape.
All right, okay, fucking hell. How far away is are you there? Is this where you are?
No, he's
Yeah,
there.
right.
No. Oh, okay. Bartleby is there, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Outside.
so he's not far. So 5, 10. I'm gonna cast the next 2 bolts at Cephik.
Yeah.
So first one deals 3 points of force damage.
Yep.
Next one deals 4 points of force damage.
Cool.
I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15,
Yeah.
20, 25, 30.
Okay.
I'm a bit fucked here, aren't I? I'm a bit fucked here. I'm just trying to think what else I can fucking do. I think that's it.
And all else fails, fireball.
Well, I don't have fucking fireball, do I? Alright.
Does that end your turn?
Can I, as a free action, if you'll allow it, just scream out and be like, help! They're trying to traffic me.
Sure. Make
do
me,
you want me to make a
yeah,
roll?
make me a deception check.
Surely that's got to be advantage for continuity.
I
Would
got
have
11.
heard-
I
would
got
have
11
heard
for
them
my.
scream out they're trying to traffic me?
Yes, you would have. Yeah.
I
What
got
did you get?
11 for my
Okay.
deception.
Cool. You see a couple people kind of look at you and be like, "Why would they want to traffic somebody as skinny as that?"
Because I'm so young.
And that
I'm
ends
a
your turn.
child. That ends my turn.
Cool. Tricking, you are up.
How far away am I now from the front door where we came in originally?
You are currently 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet away from the front door.
Would I be able to, with like all the actions and things, get to the front door and open it?
Yeah, you would.
Alright, then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run to the front door and open it.
God
Okay.
damn it.
He's like, alright, see you guys, bye.
I'm
You
gonna
open the front door.
Yep, I'm gonna yell, help! Help, they're trying to traffic me and my friends!
What you do see,
Oh, this is
because I don't have,
They tried to traffic.
because I don't have any other token prepared.
Ultimate goal here is to be like in every movie ever where they use crowd control as a getaway, is that the crowd just overwhelms them and we disappear.
Yeah, exactly. That's the plan.
So as you
Also-
open the door and yell that, you see probably about 20 to 30 armed militia at the front door, almost about to bust in.
Yes, that's so good. That is so good. But the only problem is that Thalion is still in there. We need to get him out of there.
So
We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
give me a deception check.
Fuck me.
Can I, like, adjust what I say now that I've seen these people?
Sure, what do
Like,
you
go
say?
through the door, all trafficking and be like, oh, thank God, help! They've attacked my friend, he's unconscious in there, please help!
Wow. smart.
Persuasion check instead.
That was a 13.
Okay, cool. Easy. We'll see what happens on their turn. They are now in the initiative order. They are right near the end. Which brings us
God.
to Bartleby. You are up.
Sick. How far can we get? Can't see any of them. Yeah, I'll just continue.
Cool.
I haven't seen any of my friends. Please, someone help.
Persuasion check.
Fuck yeah, that's persuasion's +1, 19.
Cool. As you're saying that, a number of other armed militia begin to
Oh my God,
come out
thank
of the
God.
grouping.
They're helping.
Which brings us to the armed militia. A group of them are going to surround you, Bartleby.
Mm-hmm.
The other grouping is going to make their way into the room. I'm just kind of moving them all as one piece rather than doing it. 3 of which are going to stay with you, Barrius.
I'm gonna say, oh, thank God. Oh, they were trying to traffic me.
2 are going to move into the room. There's going to be a group of 4 that are going to surround you, Tricking. And then the rest of them are going to make their way into the area. Heading in that direction of Sephic and the bandit. It is now the trader's turn, who is going to be like, he's going to take a few steps back and be like, shit, fuck, boss, what are we doing? And waiting for Sephic to respond. Thalion, it is your first death saving throw. Cool. Then it brings us to Sephic. Sephic says, get to the sled. We'll just leave. And then begins moving, and he's gonna take a action dash, and make his way on top of one of the sleds, and begin to ready
the
it.
bad guy with one arm too.
No, this
No, I
is
killed
Sephic.
him.
Yeah.
Ah.
It is now Barrius. Barrius, it is your turn. You are surrounded by Bryn Shander militia, who are currently... They're not completely hostile to you, but they're wary of you. They kind of just like... They're kind of like keeping you... Like,
I don't want...
trying to keep you docile.
I don't particularly want this guy to get away, but I think that we do have the lockbox, and I think the most important thing is keeping our reputation in this city.
Use
So
the
I was gonna-
facade. Turn
I
the
was
people
going
against
to,
them.
I was going to like be like, I'm gonna run in. I want to sort him out, but I'm just gonna be like, oh, thank you, thank God. Oh, you know, we came here to just. I'm gonna be, you know, holding back sobs. Gonna be like, we came here to just ask some questions, and then they tried to attack us.
Give me a persuasion check.
7.
Okay. One of them kind of like...
I'm just-
They both kind of look at you... Like, all of them kind of look at you with, like, a raised eyebrow almost.
All right. Well, I don't care. I'm just hamming it up. I'm like sobbing.
Yeah. Cool.
You know.
And that ends your turn?
It's my turn.
Cool. Tricking, you are up. You are surrounded by about five of these guys in like full militia attire, ready to rock skulls. They are very wary of you.
Very wary. Why would they be wary of me? I'm a good guy.
You're
Fine.
shady looking.
I'm gonna go on with the same old thing. Please help us. They've attacked my friends. They were trying to traffic us. We just come here to ask some questions.
Just be like, they're in there, and then turn and try and push through the militia crowd.
Persuasion check, please.
Persuasion. A +4 to my persuasion. It's 19.
Cool. Easy. They kind of all look inside. You hear a couple of them like issuing orders and kind of creating, some sort of plan. That brings us to Bartleby.
I'm going to play up the old man facade, but I'm going to choose my words very carefully. Please, I'm just an old man. We came to ask some questions, and we were leaving, and they shut the door and trapped my friend inside. Which none of that is a lie, technically.
Yeah, none of that is a lie.
Okay,
All of that
persuasion
is
check.
truth. But it's
Persuasion.
truth, so it's not persuasion.
It
it's
still
the
is.
Truth.
No, but that's why it's a persuasion check, because it's the truth. Otherwise,
With
it's
advantage,
deception
since I'm
check.
not lying, I'm
It's
just saying
still
fact.
It's still a persuasion check. I love that you're thinking about it, but it is a persuasion check if you're telling the truth, a deception
It's
check
another
if you're...
19.
Because it's not about them, it's not about you telling the truth or telling a lie, it's about them believing your truth or your lie, if that
Well, it
makes
is truth,
sense.
and they should believe it because it's a 19.
Okay. Cool. It is now the soldier's turn. One of them kind of like quietens you down a little bit and is like, "It's okay, old man. It's fine now. We've got you. That these people aren't going to hurt you. Just please,
I think my friend's dying.
please stand back. It'll be okay." The other group is going to be like raised eyebrow at Barrius and be like, you don't have to cry this much. It's and just kind of like trying like keep you calm.
It was traumatic.
In the other, you hear two of them yell out, "We've got a man down, medic!" Towards the group. In which case, one of them's going to run up and try and do.
We're like, where are these burn marks and these fucking magic missile marks coming from?
Thalin, you come back to life with 1 HP as they successfully administer some first aid to you.
They better not let him get away.
The trader is going to make a run and be like, "You'll never take us alive!" Hop onto the back of the thing and fire a crossbow at one of the guards. And he's going to miss.
Lol, idiot.
No, wait, he's going to hit. Dealing 1d... Where is it? He, like, completely, like, fires one of the bolts at the guys in front. And it just, like, pierces straight through his shoulder and he falls to the floor. And he is deaded.
He killed a civilian.
Group.
The rest of this grouping kind of becoming hostile. Make their way up. And with enough movement and enough force, restrain Cephik before he's able to take off. The other grouping making their way up and trying to restrain the other guy, but he fights back and is hastily impaled on a short sword. The rest of the grouping is that's it. We're gonna end combat there.
I'm going to
Damn.
punch myself on the chest. Give myself 20 points of healing.
Cool. So with the fight completely over, Cephik in custody, the rest of you in custody, you're all kind of taken to the town hall for questioning. And that is where we'll pick up next session.
Damn.
Yeah, shit.
Damn.
Crazy times.
Yeah. Almost fucking damn.
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, we will pick up next time at that point, at the questioning. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We are Mimicloaf. Thank you to our two sponsors, Stabby Joe & Co. and W.GG. And yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks for the continuation of this.
Hell yeah.
Bye-bye.